So here's the box pack of the Dansker S18. So let's quickly open up the box and show you what you get inside. So first up, you have the user manual for the camera, and within this user manual you get all the details regarding the camera's description, how you can install the camera, and even the product specifications. So you can just pause the video and you can try to take a look at these specifications if you are someone who is interested in knowing all the detailed tech specs of this camera. So here's the main camera unit, and it looks quite smart and quite vibrant now, doesn't it? I mean, this is one of the first cameras which I have seen which gets a color scheme. Yes, I've never seen an orange colored dash cam, and this has a very vibrant and a very cheerful look, and that convinces me to say that orange is the new black. That being said, you have the Dansker logo right at the front. You have this f1.8 FOV 147-degree lens right here. You also can notice that this gets a magnetic mount right here on top, along with some ventilation holes. You've got the mini USB port at one side, you've got the memory card slot with a reset slot. On the other side, you get the control buttons, including the up down arrows, the mode button, and one more button. You've got this 2-inch display at the back, and at the bottom there's nothing else. Here is the windshield mount for the camera, which also gets a very broad 3M sticker for proper adhesion, and you get the magnets right here for the magnetic mount. So in order to attach this, all you need to do is just place the mount, and it fits in easily just like that. So this is very simple and very easy to install and remove. So no hard sliding in and sliding out, which kind of tends to create some level of difficulty. This is much easier and a very practical design from Dansker that they have given this magnetic mount. So you have this mini USB connector which connects to the rear camera, and you have this micro USB connector on the windshield mount which connects to the main power cable. So you can note that you can tilt the camera using this windshield mount. So it has this tiltable design also present right here. So very smart looking, a vibrant and a cheerful looking camera from Dansker. I'm quite impressed with the kind of look they have given for this new camera. So this is the rear camera which gets a windshield mount right here. You have the lens module, and you can also note that this camera is 360-degree rotatable. Now this gets a type A to type B connector, and you also get a reverse signal cable wire if you want to connect it to the reverse signal. And along with that, you also get a mini USB connector which plugs in into the main camera right here. Lastly, you also get an electrostatic sticker inside the box. So the Dansker S18 is now being currently offered at a discounted or special price of about 56.99 US dollars. That's about 5,500 Indian rupees. So you should definitely consider this dashcam because this offers you a dual channel setup, gives you a 1440p Quad HD 2K resolution from the front and a HD resolution from the rear camera. So a dual channel setup offering you a vibrant orange colored dashcam, giving you 2K resolution, giving you ADAS features and many other important features that are required for a dashcam, including a super easy to install and remove magnetic mount. Definitely the one dashcam to consider within this price range. Just giving you a quick glimpse of the number plate readability from the front camera. So very nice looking, a very decent looking number plate read at a distance of about 15 to 20 feet away. And looking at the number plate read, I can surely say this is a more than enough read of a number plate at this price point. So daytime number plate reads at a close range shouldn't be much of an issue for the Dansker S18. So taking a look at the video quality, so this is from the front camera during daytime, and this camera shoots a Quad HD resolution that's 1440p from the front at 25 fps. I mean, I would have preferred if it was 30. The bitrate is about 9800 kbps and the file size is about 70 MB per minute. First instance, much better quality considering this is a 5000 camera. The brightness, contrast and saturation levels are on point. The highlights may be slightly on the higher side, shadows look decent, and overall a very good looking video footage from the front camera. The field of view of this camera is also looking pretty good, should be around 130 to 140 degrees, enough to cover a wide area in front of the car. Nevertheless, considering the price point this comes at, considering the kind of video quality this is offering, this is a total value for money dash camera. Moving on to the nighttime quality, now this too looks good. You can see that stark difference between the dark clouds and the blue sky in the background. You can also see the exposure of the headlights and the lighting illumination that has been done on the road, giving off a proper exposure levels, giving off proper contrast levels and sharpness levels as well. So overall, a very good performance by the S18's front camera. Both daytime and nighttime footages look more or less balanced and gives out a very decent looking and a good looking video footage. Taking a look at the rear camera, so this shoots a 720p resolution and not 1080p resolution, which we generally get from other rear cameras. This too shoots at 25 fps, just like the front camera, gives you about 6000 kbps of bitrate and 45 MB per minute of file size. Now, in terms of contrast levels, it needs a bit of work. Brightness levels are also a tad bit higher, but that's kind of expected from almost all the rear cameras within this price range. The overall field of view is just about enough to cover the rear of the car, and you can definitely use the rear camera for evidence-based purposes and for recording any activity that might be happening at the rear of the car. Moving on to take a look at the quality from the rear during nighttime. As said previously, exposure and contrast levels are a tad bit higher, so you can see that glare effect right in the middle of the screen due to the headlights that are like facing directly towards the camera. But in darker areas, it faces well, it gives off a proper exposure. Only in terms of high well lit illuminated areas, it gives off a slight blob effect or that high glare effect. Overall, considering this is a budget camera, there's nothing much to complain against this. You're getting what you're paying for. So definitely the Dansker S18 is something to consider within the price range, because this camera offers you a quad HD resolution from the front, gives you ADAS features, gives you magnetic mount and many other cool features which you might have been missing out from other cameras. So considering the overall video quality from the front and the rear camera during daytime and nighttime, the Dansker S18 should definitely be one of your top choices within the 5000 price range. So this was the first startup of the Dansker S18, and straight up you can see the front camera being streamed on the screen, and you also have the rear camera being shown up in a pop-up screen. So at the first startup you will need to format the memory card. So let's just head into the settings of the camera and format the SD card. So currently the SD card is being formatted. So format SD card is complete. So let's head back. So this is the main home screen, and you can also see that it is showing you the Wi-Fi SSID and the Wi-Fi password as well, in case you need to connect the camera to the app. So first of all, if you press the OK button, it's going to take an emergency snapshot. If you press the down button, it's going to switch the different camera views. So as you can see, it is now currently shifted to the rear camera. Now it is shifted to the picture-in-picture mode, and now you have the front camera unit only. So pressing the next button, that is the up arrow, it will disable the mic. So as you can see, you have this red line coming up on the mic button, and if you press it back again, it enables the mic for audio recording. So if you press the top button, that is the mode button, it heads into the settings of the camera. So first of all, you have the file playback. So this is basically the album section of the camera. You can play back any files. Following that, you have the delete files options. If you want to delete any particular file, you can do that through this delete file option. Then you have the Wi-Fi settings. You can set the Wi-Fi to on or off. Then you have the movie mode option, wherein you can select the resolution, either 2K, 1080 or 720p. For now, let's currently select it as 2K. Then you have the movie clip time. That is basically the loop recording time. That's 1 minute, 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Then you have the LCD power save, so you can turn it off. Basically the LCD will keep on all the time, or you can set it to turn off after 1 minute or 3 minutes. Then you have the language option. So you have multiple language options, so you can select according to your needs. Then you have the rear mirror option, so you can mirror the rear camera in case if you have installed it in a inverted manner. Then you have the clock settings, so you have to set the proper time and zone for your particular geographical location. Following that, you have the sound record option. You can turn this on or off. Then you have the protect level. You can set it to low, off, high or middle. So currently let's set it at low. Then you have the ADAS option. If you head into that, you can turn it on or off, and if you do turn it on, you have certain ADAS functions that are provided within this camera. Then you have the flicker option, 60 Hz or 50 Hz. Then you have the format SD card, which you just did previously. Then you have the reset setup, that is basically the factory version. Then you have the firmware version, which basically shows you the current firmware of the Dashcam. Then you return back to the main menu. So here's the video Dashcam viewer. So let's just install this app. Let's click on add camera. You have to enable the location. Heading into the Wi-Fi settings, let's turn on the Wi-Fi. So now the Wi-Fi SSID and the password is being shown up on the screen. Let's click on the next button and allow for Bluetooth. So you can see the DSK Dashcam is being shown up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Let's click on connect. So currently the Dashcam is being connected. So now as you can see, we have successfully established a connection between the smartphone app to the Dashcam, and you have the front camera being streamed on the screen. So in case you can switch between the front camera view and the rear camera view just by pressing the button given right here. Following that, you have kind of similar options which we usually see in most dash cameras, and if we do head into the settings of the camera, you have the sound recording option, you have the video resolution option, loop recording duration, watermark options. You can set it to time and logo, date, or completely off. You have the firmware version, format SD card, and factory reset option. So kind of lesser options when you actually compare it with the on-screen settings, but nevertheless you can still have a connection between the smartphone app and the dash cam, and you can stream live video on your smartphone screen. So this was a quick overview of all the on-screen settings and the app setup along with the app settings for the Dansker S18 dash cam.